Okay, the next topic in today's lesson is about operators. And operators are familiar to us, at least some of them are. Addition, plus for addition, minus for subtraction, star is used for multiplication, and forward slash is used for division. And these are the familiar operations: 3 plus 4, 9 minus 5, 2 times 5, 12 divided by 4. We also have exponentiation down here. So that's like this. 5 to the second power is 25. So that means 5 squared is 25. 5 times 5 is 25. If it was 5 to the third power, that's equal to 125. It's 5 times 5 times 5. So this just means to the power. It's just easier to write. It's very hard to put a little 3 up there. But if you do it, this allows you to write that all in one line, instead of having like a little script up here, which is very hard to type. Okay, so that's the way that the powers are written. It's called exponentiation. And this one is called string concatenation. So if this works on strings, these others were working on numbers, but this works on strings. So it's kind of like a way to add two strings. So in other words, if you had the string the cat, and then you use this operator, and then was sleeping, it will become the cat was sleeping. Okay, which isn't exactly what you'd want. So really you'd want to do something like this. Really you'd want to do something like this. The cat, then this string concatenation operator, this thing, called an ampersand, by the way, and then quote, and then space, and then was sleeping. So the space would be included in the quotes here. Okay, and then it would become the cat was sleeping. There's another way you could do it, which is this. You could string together 3 things like this. You could also do it this way. So now you have the cat, and then you're concatenating something with just a space in it, and then another concatenation, and then this was sleeping. So then you would get the cat, then the space, and then was sleeping. Okay, so you could do it either way. And then the mod operator, which is, this is division, this is mod, kind of related to division. So 14 mod 4 is what would happen, what you would get if you tried to put see how many times you could fit 4 into 14. So you could fit it 3 times, which would give you 12, but not 4 times. So you could fit it 3 times, but then what would be left over is 2. So that's called that's 14 mod 4. Okay, so these are the operators that we'll consider. So I'd like you to build this one, which is like a little calculator. So let's see, how would we do it? First of all, you have a text box here and a text box here, and you have a so let's see, this is called text box 1. This one is called text box 2, and the outside here is called a group box, and then we have radio button 1, radio button 2, radio button 3, and so on. We have another text box here, a button, and a button. So build that, and then pause the video and build it, and then come back. Okay, when you come back, first we ask ourselves, where does all the work get done? Which button or which place should the code be? So this is for the user to fill in, and this is for the user to fill in. So once the user fills these in, we're just going to read what's in there. And we can refer to that by saying over here, text box 1 dot value. I think it has to be value. Well, it depends how we're going to do it, but and then also here they're just going to select one of these. So actually all the activity, all the programming is going to be here. So let's take a look at it. So it's an if statement, and then another if statement, then another if statement, and another if statement. So it's 4 if statements. And at the beginning, here we have text box 1. Okay, I was wrong. It's not value. It's text box 1's text property, text box 2 text property, and then we will proceed. But way up here at the top, in the form code itself, so that's where. So that's where, that's up above here. Then we're going to make our declarations, our variable declarations. So we're using a variable here and a variable here, but first we need to declare them. So dim this one and this one as doubles. So we're allowing them to be doubles. Okay, now, okay, so actually we're starting out with text and it's becoming a number, and Visual Basic will do that if you try to, if it's text and it's actually if it can convert it, even though it's text, if it can convert it to a number, it will. So if it's a numeric text, it will be able to convert it. If you put in that text box like somebody's name, the program shouldn't work, but you can try it and see. Okay, so first we declare the variables. Now we start to use them. We take what's in text box 1 and assign it to the first variable, text box 2 and assign it to what's in the second variable. Okay, then we proceed with the if. What do we want to do? If radio button 1 is checked, that was that we're doing addition of these two numbers. So then what do? Text box 3 equals this plus that. Okay, if on the other hand we're doing subtraction, so if radio button 2 is checked, then it's going to be the first minus the second is what's in text box 3, that text. If it was the third one that was checked, it would be times, and if it was the fourth one, it would be divided. Okay, so try this out and see how it works. See what kind of results you get, and try and put in actual text into the text boxes and see what happens.